Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, on Patreon, and anything else I usually go about on Twitter X. Later today, I will be able to publish a Death Stranding episode. And for the moment being, I will continue with the scheduling of Mondays and Thursdays in terms of Death Stranding. Again, I've been able to record from time to time late at night when I arrive at home. So, and the episodes are going to increase a little bit between ranging around 2 hours or so. So, I only have the possibility to record a couple of episodes here and there. For the rest, we got complete gameplay series here. 1080p the older ones, 4K the most recent ones. So let's go to the news. We got yesterday. Yeah, I think yesterday I did manage to watch the review of the 9060 XT 16 gigabytes review, and it seems an okay GPU. It seems to have around, depending on the scenarios, but it kind of is. It seems like 5 to 10% slower than the 5060 Ti, 16 gigabytes, and performs the roundabout, give or take, again, rough estimates, as the 7700 XT. Uh, and the price is, if it is maintained at MSRP, which is $350, again, it's a good buy because it's cheaper than the MSRP supposedly of the 7700 XT with a little bit extra memory and better ray tracing capabilities. Again, in terms of ray tracing, AMD did a good job um, with this new GPUs lineup, but again, it still lags a little bit behind, specifically in certain path tracing and all that jazz. Even though they already announced on Computex the Redstone stuff there, which is basically the AI workloads for path tracing and all that jazz. Again, it still lags behind a little bit on ray tracing, and of course, you got the FSR4 capabilities of these new GPUs. Again, the recommendation specifically from hardware unbox, there they are. Is again, if you find MSRP, it's a good buy. If you are looking for something to play around between 1080p and 1440p, depending on the games, again, you can activate FSR4. Not recommended for ray tracing, but yeah, if you find it, it's a good buy, specifically comparatively with the 5060 Ti. 16 gigabytes, which is what AMD is trying to aim for in terms of marketing and all that jazz. Again, if it is at that price point, and I didn't see the review, I think they already also launched the 8 gigabyte. Again, don't buy it; it's not worth it, especially the price. The price cap there doesn't compensate the fact that you're going to get a half of that VRAM. But yeah, basically, it's the recommendation. If you find MSRP, it's a good buy for that price there, $350. Other than that, I think it can be justified, from what I understand, if it stays below $400, give or take. Again, depending how it compares in terms of price with older generations. Again, similar performance 7700 XT as a reference point, in terms of the price there and price to performance. And again, 5060 Ti's, they are around 400 and something. So yeah, it's not a look, doesn't look good for NVIDIA trying to compete around this price to performance bracket there. Basically, that's it for the AMD stuff there. In terms of NVIDIA, you've got some rumors here. Supposedly, they are thinking launching a 5050, an RTX 5050. Again, it's a rumor, and this GPU supposedly it's going to launch, according to the rumors, with 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory, which is a huge downgrade from the 5060 and higher, of course, models. Yeah, supposedly it's coming to desktop. Supposedly, again, I think this kind of GPU serve best for laptop stuff there. Again, I don't see how can they manage, for example, do $150 GPU with this kind of performance with so little CUDA cores. The fact that it's downgraded memory, and I don't think it will be basically have any kind of value to even try to trigger the technologies that come with NVIDIA, the DLSS and the frame frames and all that jazz. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. The only good, probably good thing is the supposedly rumored 5080 Super, which supposedly should use 3 GB memory module instead of the 2 GB, which can ramp up to 24 GB of RAM. Um, it might be the good news if this confirms, but yeah, it doesn't seem that the again they don't care. It's like scraps from this specific chip, and they probably will try to, I don't know, to sleaze out and sell those trash CPUs there for sure. And continue with Nvidia. I think they are completely trolling with the customers, given that I understood. I can understand a sense of humor coming from these kind of companies, but the fact that they have a completely botched launch, I don't think this can be. I don't know. I think it's basically trolling customers. Again, on the NVIDIA website itself, at least at the time of this article, they basically managed to list actual brick as a GPU. Again, they tried to be funny here. Acme GeForce RTX 4040 8 GB brick edition. Again, doesn't have any specs, of course. Supposedly doesn't cost anything and it's out of stock. Again, um, given that Blackwell GPUs that the launch that they had might as well have a break in certain cases. For certain people, for sure, they might as well receive a break because it does the same thing that the GPUs that they bought there, from melting connectors, missing ROPs, black screens, restarts out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't. I think this is a bad timing to play around with this. Again, I don't think it looks good. Uh, some people speculate that this was kind of an inside joke inside of the guys that take care of the storefront from NVIDIA side. Probably was leaked in the sense that it was published. But yeah, uh, I don't see the funny side of this, given the Blackwell launch and all the issues associated with those GPUs there. But yeah, it is what it is. These people really are a little bit out of touch. Then lastly, I'm just covering the state of play. I managed to watch the entirety of the show. Again, I passed by certain things that don't interest me, but I did manage to watch the full trailers or the presentation of things that caught my eye. You got here on WCCF Tech, they got kind of everything that was presented in the state of play. Some stuff that was very interesting. No Resident Evil 9 things here, so I think we'll need to wait probably for Summer's Game Fest. Maybe we'll get something there. But we got a lot of games that are coming to launch this year and next year, so nothing planned to 2027 and beyond. So things that are going to be launched throughout this year and the beginning of next year, I suppose. Some of it is Metal Gear Solid Delta. They managed to try to be a little bit, I don't know, a more humorous side of things regarding Metal Gear Solid 3, Solid Snake or Snake Eater, sorry. Again, I was not sure. I covered this some time ago, and I have still this question to this day. Given that fact, I suppose, given that at the time, again with Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, the fact that Kojima did manage to create an engine from scratch specifically for that game, which is still to this day very good game engine, looks pretty good to this day playing in 4K. The fact that I don't know if it has to do anything with rights of the game engine. I'm not sure. It was called Fox Engine, so I'm not sure if it was something that was um, tied up with Kojima Production Studios inside of Konami. But they are doing this with Unreal Engine 5 game. Again, it's going to be a very heavy game. They launch also some PC system requirements on Steam page. again, for the hardware that it's here as recommended, I will assume this is like 1080p, 60 frames maximum in a good day, given that it's a Unreal Engine 5 game. Again, RTX 3080 as a GPU, or even 8700K as a Intel CPU, or even a Ryzen 5 3600. Again, I assume this is best case scenario, 1080p 60 frames per second as recommended specs, because I don't see any other way. And again, the 2060 Super 8 gigabytes as minimum. I again probably 1080p 30 frames, if that much. But yeah, again, I never played this game, the original one. It's one of those that I missed. I played all the other ones, I think, that came like main game series, like Metal Gear Solid, except for the Pixel. Before that, I just played Metal Gear Solid, the 1999, sorry, 1999 game, Sons of Liberty. I didn't play this one, never managed to play, and I played Metal Gear Solid 4, and again the Phantom Pain and the prologue of that one. This is one of those that I missed. Again, if the game is very 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 good, I might give it a go, just as a completionist of the main storyline games from Metal Gear Solid. Again, there is some tweaks here that they try to they updated the control stuff there, to be updated to the control scheme to be updated with the modern standard, but people can opt for the OG one, so they can stick with the classic control style if they want to, which I think it's the intended one to a certain degree from Kojima. But yeah, got the trailer for this one, the state of play. Then we got an update regarding No Man's Sky. It will come along Switch 2. And they announced Beacon, which is another update. Again, they're being very excellent on these updates, content updates. Sorry, and basically updates the game to 5.7. Again, Beacon, I think, has to do more with settlements and the such. I think now you can take care of several at the same time if you want, and then I assume there's going to be a mechanic where you can, I don't know, manage all the settlements in a specific menu inside the game. But yeah, they've been doing great by this game since it's launched, which was a lack of delivering promises at the time. But again, I think they really did pretty good on this one. One of the big surprises was Pragmata. People thought this game was canceled, including me. We had like radio silence for a long time. Now we have a trailer with some gameplay elements there. Again, a short gameplay scenarios there. At least we now have kind of a setup here, which is basically you play like a duo, so play both characters at the same time as a kind of a combo. This is supposedly an Android, I think, Diana. With it got yeah, it's an Android, and then you got yourself as how he calls himself, Hugh, or Hugh. It's a spacefarer. They are stuck on the moon, and basically, I assume they have to get along and work together to get up back to Earth. Basically, that's the main hook of the story, and will come in 2026. It will come also for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, which is good. Hopefully, there is no. I'm not sure if this. Again, this is Capcom. I think there is not going to be any issues regarding if it is going to be PlayStation published or not. But yeah, very interesting. I think in the meantime we will get a little bit more teases out of this game. They see the developer seems to be they seem to be on a good pace of launching this game next year. I did enjoy what I saw. Very interesting. Again, I will assume this is the same engine that Capcom has been using since I don't know when, since Resident Evil 7, so To the Moon engine. And it seems pretty good in terms of gameplay. You got her that uses hacking abilities and all that jazz, and then he is more like a physical kind of guy with the weapons and the such. Very interesting. I assume also there's going to be some exploration on the space, not space station, on the moon station. But yeah, very interesting the setup of this game. We got a little bit more or out of Silent Hill F. Kind of, I think it's kind of a story trailer to a certain degree. And it will come out September 25th, 25. Sorry, 25th. Yeah, 25. Interesting. Again, it's a Silent Hill thing. Basically, you play as Chimizu Inaku, a high schooler from. Again, I'm not going to try to pronounce this location. Who explores her hometown and it becomes engulfed in fog and shift, nightmarishly solving puzzle and fighting for her life in the process. Very creepy. The enemies. It's kind of the mannequin stuff there. I'm not sure if it's going to have any kind of connection. I don't. I assume not because this is in Japan, while Silent Hill 1 and 2, I think it's USA towns. But yeah, seems interesting. The hook. Hopefully, it doesn't focus too much on combat. I think hopefully it tries to focus a little bit more on the story and the interactions of the characters. There seems to be a theme on the trailer, which is the traitor stuff. So might be the triggering of the fog that she feels guilt of betraying a friend or something like that. It seems that the trigger for the horror to ensue. But yeah, very interesting. We got also Cairn. I don't know how to pronounce this. Sorry. It will come out November 5th. On Steam, they already had a demo. I played a little bit the demo. I didn't do a recording at the time. Seems interesting. The mountaineering thing. So you have to climb to the peak of the mountain. There is some survival mechanics there also. So you have to manage inventory, food, water, and equipment and the such. But yeah, seems interesting. Very interesting art style from what I played on the demo, and supposedly the demo is out for consoles, if not mistaken. But yeah, very interesting. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully, it's a good game. Remind me a little bit of Jusan to a certain point, which is climbing the tower, kind of a thing there. Got some similarities, but I think this is more ground based, so it's not on the fantasy setting. We got also Sword of the Sea, very interesting. This is from the same studio that brought Journey and also Abzu and the Pathless. Again, remind me like out of the gate Journey, at least the mood and what it tries to do there. We'll have to wait and see for the full game. But basically, you're skating around on that sword, which I will assume. I'm not sure if there's going to have any kind of combat mechanics. It seemed for a moment there, but the sword is used not only to navigate, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see to have a little bit more gameplay footage to if possible, because the game will come out in August 19. And then lastly, the last thing that interested me here or piqued my interest was the 007 game, First Light. It will come out next year. Again, it's IO Interactive, the same guys that do It Mid franchise. What interesting what was a little bit interesting. It seems that we will. It seems to be in this kind of same format that Hitman, which is you have several areas when you do the missions. I assume you can try to be stealthy as possible, like 007. I think there are some interactions with dialogue that you can use to go around and get to the objective for the mission itself. Of course, there is a lot of shooting and explosions, like a James Bond movie to a certain degree. Um, but it seems to have also some driving mechanics from what I understood on the trailer. And of course, you got a very how do I call it, diverse cast of characters. I'm not sure if they're trying to emulate the latest iteration of Daniel Craig James Bonds there in terms of diversity of characters. But again, if the game is good and if they don't, I don't know, try to pander the fact that try to, I don't know, use the character of the James Bond to, I don't know, try to teach a lesson or pass any kind of message there. Again, the game seems interesting, very high realistic in terms of graphic definition. Hopefully, it's at least at the same level of Hitman games, given that they are very well praised. Usually, it's not that kind of style. I remember playing some Hitman games, and a long time ago, I think the first and the second one I did play it. Um, but yeah, hopefully this one have a kind of more narrative hook, so you can play around and in those scenarios of the missions that you have to do. But basically, I think this is the guy, the guy, sorry, the phase that at least this game seems to indicate that is James Bond trying to do what he can to enter in the double O program. It seems from the trailer, it is kind of that thing there. So they wanted to start fresh. Very young James Bond, supposedly he's 26 years old here on the timeline of James Bond story. So it's trying him to enter in the double O program and become the James Bond that basically we all known for I don't know how many decades there. But yeah, basically this is where I caught up my interest from the state of play. We'll have, I don't know, this weekend, I think, the Summer's Game Fest or something like that. The streams were already going to start for during today. I will try to keep my best to keep up and see what piques my interest and if there is anything good to cover there. But yeah, I'll wrap up here with some game deals. I'm not sure. Okay, at the time of recording, again, 1 hour and a half. Again, I'm not sure if we're going to manage to pick Limbo for free on Epic Game Store, and we got also Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Again, another Gearbox game that again might as well get it for free, or else you're going to have to pay $80 for Borderlands 4. It seems if you are a real fan. But yeah, there is again. Then there is mystery games in about an hour or so at the time of recording this one. On Steam, we got Plague Tale Requiem, and there is also Plague Tale Innocence on sale. I will put both there on the part of the gaming deal section on the description. We got oh my god, sorry, why wasn't this? I already opened this one. I think so. So you got Atomic Heart, 67% off in all the editions. I did already play the game, the game demo. I did publish it, so if you want to try it for yourself, go ahead. Or if you want just to have an idea what this demo covers, you can check out my gameplay demo there. We got also Blueprints, recent game, very positive feedback, 10% off, very cheap. It's kind of a puzzle game with some roguelike exploration kind of a thing there, it seems. It's one of those that I will probably will try out one of these days when I have time. We got also Cocoon, another puzzle game. Oh my god, it's again when I opened this was not like this. Got around 3 hours or so, 40% off. I'm so sorry about this. Then we got Journey again from this is from that game company. Again, the same guys that will do the Sword of the Sea. Got also No Man's Sky, 60% off. Again, including already the Beacon update. And again, this is not good. Okay, error. View page. Sorry about that. We got Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, 50% off. Again, a rarity in seeing from software games on sale. Then we got Shardpunk, again, tactical base, tactical RPG, turn-based game. That's what I wanted to say. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit off today. 40% off. I did play the demo here, and I did publish the demo. Very tricky. It's not an easy game. Got a lot of survival elements, it seems, and it's not going to be an easy game to go about. So it's kind of, even though again I think it has several difficulty levels, but yeah, it seems hardcore XCOM kind of a thing there. And then last you got Stray. You play as a cat. I don't think there is anything else to say there, and it's 40% off. But yeah, sorry about my jumble here and there. A little bit off today. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up here with the plug on my Patreon for extra support. This extra support at this moment is more for me to try and see about a better storage solution so I can have backups. So backups of the stuff that I do for my clients. And of course, some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, hope you have a full day. And I'll see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.